Good morning, Centurions. I'm Joriyan Bates, and today is Thursday, February 2nd.
And I'm Maison DeChamps, and this is SNN. Coming up today, we dive into the entertainment world with Danny from The Mix, and also learn about the Harlem Renaissance.
Today is also Groundhog Day, and the start of Black History Month.
Early this morning, Punxsutawney Phil, the groundhog, saw his shadow. This means that winter will continue for 6 more weeks.
California should not be this cold. Please stand for the pledge.
Stand for the flag salute. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may now be seated.
The Saugus Got Talent show has unfortunately been postponed this year. For students who are interested, a new date has currently not been confirmed.
Winter Formal is February 11th in the gym from 7 to 11 p.m. Tickets are on sale for $40 with an ASB card and $45 without.
Don't forget to send in your photos for the 2017 Senior Slideshow. You can now send in your photos to the new Twitter page at SHS Senior Pics 2017, where you can find contest announcements and more. The deadline is May 1st. Mark your calendars and don't forget to submit.
Also, congratulations to CJ Westenhofer for winning the Senior Slideshow Challenge after turning in over 30 pictures. CJ will get to guest star on the next mix. In other news, the Not One More Teen Suicide Club is hosting #Project Hope, a concert on March 24th. If you are in a band or a single artist and wish to play that night, contact Mr. Stradling in B207.
Saugus Theater will be holding a senior showcase tomorrow and Saturday at 7 p.m. in the NPR. Tickets are $5 for students and $7 for adults. Now let's go to Jake Freeman with your sports news.
Good morning, Centurions. I'm Jake Freeman with your sports news. Congrats to boys and girls basketball on their wins on Tuesday. Boys varsity won 61-52, and girls varsity won 48-28. They will play again against Golden Valley tomorrow. Boys varsity plays at 6:15 p.m., and girls varsity plays at 4:45 p.m. Good luck to both teams. Varsity soccer tied in their games on Tuesday, and they are playing Golden Valley tomorrow. Boys varsity kicks off at 3:15 p.m. at Golden Valley, and girls varsity plays at 3:15 at Saugus. Good luck to both teams. Saugus Boys Basketball is holding a Goodwill fundraiser on February 12th in the parking lot from 8 to 10 a.m. They will be collecting clothing, shoes, small appliances, and sports equipment. The 3-on-3 intramural Did We Just Become Best Friends basketball tournament will continue today at lunch. All teams need to meet on the outdoor basketball courts at 12:30. Exciting prizes like guacamole and gourmet lunches will be given to the winning teams. Show up to the courts and watch the exciting action. Since there's going to be no show tomorrow, here's Danny Willard with another episode of your weekly mix a day early.
Good morning, Saugus. I'm Danny Willard, and this is The Mix. Coming to theaters today is The Space Between Us. This sci-fi movie is described as a Romeo and Juliet-style story centered around the first human born in Mars.
You make me human. Tell us, what's your favorite thing about Earth?
You are Gardner.
This film received a 7.4 out of 10 on IMDb. Also premiering today is Rings, in which the Ring franchise returns with a contemporary take on a cursed videotape.
You're not real.
IMDb gave this thriller a 6.2 out of 10. In music news, Big Sean decided to release his 4-star album, I Decided, this morning. In bigger news, the Santa Clarita Diet premieres on Netflix tomorrow, in which a real estate agent, Drew Barrymore, develops an appetite for human flesh and blood, which is not really that far off from all the bored SCV housewives talking about other bored SCV housewives. That's all for today, Saugus. I'm Danny Willard, and this has been The Mix.
Sweat up, swag, blow and blow and bro. Swag up, swag up, blow and bro.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you for compassionately creating an SNN comedy category containing complex and carefully calculated claims to classify current chord compositions in a clever yet clearly coherent cusp of communication. Yearbook sales are $85 with an ASB card and with and without an ASB card. They can be purchased online at the website below.
Due to low turnout rates at the recent tutoring sessions, Math Tutor Club has decided to suspend most of their tutoring sessions until after the Q1 progress reports are released. They'll be holding a meeting next Tuesday, February 7th, and Tuesday, February 21st, so students aren't left without opportunities. Their regular Tuesday, Thursday schedule will resume on Tuesday, February 28th. Oh, the Harlem Renaissance was one of the most inspirational movements of the early 1900s. Let's take a look at some of the most important figures from that time.
In the 1920s and 30s, a literary and artistic movement called the Harlem Renaissance began in Harlem, New York. Harlem became an African-American cultural center and produced many of the most famous poets and novelists of its time. Langston Hughes, one of the most well-known artists born from the Harlem Renaissance, gained popularity in 1921 when he published his most popular poem, The Negro Speaks of Rivers. He later published his first novel, Not Without Laughter, in 1930, for which he won the Harmon Gold Medal. Gene Toomer was a black rights activist and resisted the term Negro because of its condescending connotation to define him and his fellow African Americans, rather advocating for the term African American. His most popular book, Cain, highlighted his efforts to bring about social reform. Nella Larson, although not very well known, wrote the novels Quicksand in 1928 and Passing in 1929, which criticizes segregation and the Jim Crow laws. Overall, the Harlem Renaissance created an avenue in which African Americans could express a voice that hadn't been heard before. Not only has this movement enriched the American cultural quilt, it gave credibility to artists that would have otherwise gone unappreciated. For Saugus News Network, this has been Chloe Nail.
When reading books written by Harlem Renaissance authors, take note of the universal message of equality embedded in each book. In other news, the administration would like to remind you that the parking lot is reserved for staff and students with permits only. If you park between 6 a.m. and 4 p.m. without a permit, you will get a ticket. Remind your parents that a handicap parking is not a drop-off zone.
And now for your scholarship news. But Santa Clarita Emblem Club will be awarding 4 scholarships, each of $800 or more to seniors. Applications are due by February 15th. Details and application can be found all at the website below.
Seniors are now able to apply for the Santa Clarita Valley Scholarship Foundation. Thousands of dollars will be awarded to seniors in the class of 2017. To apply, download the application at the website below.
That's all for today. I'm Joriyan Bates. Stay tuned for SNN Radio and Saugus Today.
And I'm Mason DeChamps. SNN will be off air tomorrow, so make sure to visit saugusnews.org for the day's announcements. Have a great weekend.